How are you, YouTube? Oh. The pond build, the low cost indoor pool koi pond is progressing well. The indoor fish, but the fish that were transferred into here are doing great. I'm glad to say the Karashagoi that jumped out of here on day one, part one of my video, it wasn't on video, I won't ever show anything like that, is alive and it looks okay, but it is obviously damaged. It looks okay from the top, it's got a lot of missing scales. I've just turned my skimmer up and look at that go. It's 9 o'clock in the morning. I didn't think it produced enough skim bait in the night, but let me just turn that down a little bit. That's it. Right, onto the pond build. So yesterday I managed to get the underlay down, seal the bottom drain in, that's done, get the pond up, get it levelled. What I wasn't prepared for was the level, so I've started, that's the high point there, and obviously I don't want to cut the legs and get the pool lower, so that part there is the highest point, and it's touching, the bar is touching the floor, the support. So I've come from, that's parallel, so I've come from there to there level, there to there level as best I can all the way around, and that is the highest point. Got like a windowsill, that's the highest point there, and then there's like thin, them really thin slabs, about an inch, an inch, so it's about an inch, and then about 1.5 inches at the front. So I'm pretty sure that it says put it on a level base, obviously, and it says level up your legs and everything, because obviously a lot of people just whack these in the garden and then they start sinking and going into the ground and soft ground and all sorts. But it's got a lovely solid base now underneath, it's all solid. If I actually get in, it actually comes to my groin height, so it feels good. I'm pretty sure, you know, with these things there's enough stretch despite it being up, it all touch the bottom, look. So time will tell when that water's in. The bottom drain, little bottom drain tip, if you ever fit a bottom drain, I didn't have to, this is a Cockney Koi one, and the actual pipe is already cut, and I like this because last time I had to mess about when I set mine. It's just at the right height for me. Look at that, finger depth, perfect, so that you get a really good debris going into that. But a tip, there's a pipe in the middle, and that sits on the bottom and it's sealed at the top. Just puncture a hole in the top. I used I got my blow lamp out, heated a screw up and just put a hole in, and then when you, because if you ever have to fit this in water, if this ever pops, or you have to take it off because there's a block or something, just to future proof this and make it easier, put a hole in the top, because then when you push this down it lets the air out the pipe in the centre, because if you don't, you're really difficult to get it back down because of all the air. Because I wouldn't glue it in. Some people might glue the pipe in, but I wouldn't do. Now these ponds come with, this is already capped, it's got a plug there which hopefully is going to hold. And there's 2 sides, wall sides, another 2. Now I was going to use these, but I'm not going to be able to get onto this rubber. It's like a push fit rubber hose that comes with them. But handily, they come with like a rubber bung, and these are really quite tight. So what I'll probably do, I'll probably just put a, I don't know if to seal them or not, I might just try them like that, because they are, believe it or not, that last bit you need to just push it. I just don't know whether that will leak or not, like that. And then I've got a connector, and what I've done, I've made, like I had this on that in there, so I've took this off and I've made like a little return with an eyeball in that I could alter, but I want it to come out and point down at an angle, so I could like keep changing if I want. I could like get the circulator that way so it angles down and I get like a circulating motion, or I could, if I wanted to change it for them, I could change it the opposite way and have it pushing that way, but the angle seems for some reason more of a steeper, that is coming out there at that angle, whereas if I come that way it's more at that angle across the pond. So I wanted it to be quite a downward, you know, so that's that. I know it sticks out a little bit, which does bother me a little bit, because a fish could bang themselves. There's nothing sharp on there, but they could certainly bang themselves on it. But I had the retro bottom drain in the other one and they was fine, and I've had one in there and they've not had knocks. But in an ideal world, I'm just going to, just changing the subject, and we'll get back onto that in a minute. In an ideal world, I'll find a fitting that fits like an eyeball, a TPR that fits straight into that flush with no sticking out, just an eyeball in the middle. So I might, you know, that's just temporarily. I'm going to the bottom drain that I bought, the slide valve. I didn't get the bloody reducer, so I've got to go back to a place that sells this type of stuff and go and get to, so then I can finish off the bottom drain. I started the waste, but I need a street. I've solvent weld a bit of pipe onto this, so I want to come off here on a 90, and it wants to. I don't want it to be a sweeping 90. I want a square 90, because that waste pipe that goes out my hole in the wall, I've done a fixed waste pipe, and I'll run that down the side of my building, down onto a bit of waste ground I've got behind here, where I've dug a big hole, put loads of rocks in and stuff as a bit of a soak away. So that's just temporarily knocked outside. So I need some fittings, I need some elbows. I'm going to put another T on here, I think. So I'll have another T. Yeah, I'll have a T facing this way, so it'll come across behind here, elbow, come down and across into a T, and then there'll be an upstand. I'll have an upstand. I don't know how high. I think I'll have about an upstand about this high. Yeah, about there. And then I'll have a pipe, waste pipe, instead of it going, I'll have somewhere for the overflow on this pond to go here. Now I've also thought about this one, because there's the trickle in. so I won't have to do like weekly water change on top of my filter change, you know, top of my filter water change. So that can easily be tacked onto that there, and then what I will do is probably thread it through, come through at an angle there, thread it through the sleeve of the jobby, come out the other side, and just have the elbow, so just sticking out, and the pipe into the pond, just sticking out and down. So that'll be easy to do, but then also I need an overflow. So to save punching another hole, what I could do with, I've got to get another pipe round, and then probably round the back with the easy pod, round the back there, and then another T here into the waste, so the waste goes in. I could tee it down anywhere I want, or I could simply do another hole in the corner and have that running out on its own, but I don't know yet, I've not decided. So the water clarity is getting better now, the filter's up and running. The filter was upset a bit because it's obviously been disconnected and it's been not in use for a good day. I lifted the lid on this yesterday and it absolutely funked, even though I washed it out. I'm trying to save the bacteria, so I keep putting water in there. I know it will probably die off, but what can you do? So as soon as I get that bottom drain done, that'll all be shut off, and I'll fill that up with water, and then in fact I could start filling the pond then, because this has had a good day. And this HA6, I use this stuff, HA6 marine grade RTV silicon sealant, got a 25-year guarantee, premium automotive silicon sealant, unaffected by UV, ozone and salt water, internal, external, UV resistant, permanently flexible, and it really does. I had a look on the back of on here where I put a nice bead around, and it feels, it just feels like it's, I don't know, the adhesion that it gets. If you've ever seen stuff before, and it like you rub it like peels off when you know, to different plastics and stuff, that stuff don't, and it's a lot cheaper than, I mean, I went to where I got my pipes from, and I think they wanted £28.99 for this tube of stuff in this fancy box with a reptile on the front, and I'm like, no mate, it's not happening. So I think I've got the height right now. It was on top of, it was sitting on this, just give it some extra height, but I got my level over where I think the water line is going to be inside the pod, and the pod was about here, so I'm not sure. So the pipe work can easily adjust. So yeah, it's difficult because obviously it's a bottom drain, so I don't get it near enough right, but I should have enough play. I'm low enough, I know I'm low enough now, because my water level, I marked it, and that's the actual water level of my of the water that was ideal for me, just below the wash chute, because what you don't want is water coming up and going over into there, because then it goes into the centre and back into the pond. So that was the water level. Follow that round, so hopefully I'm that right, but you just don't know, because when you get that pump going with the pressures and stuff, and when it settles out, you just don't know. So yeah, I'm just not going to know till I get some water in, but hopefully I've got it right, because going higher is okay. In fact, I have, when I do this has got, there's only a short, whoever did this before and cut this, there's only left only a short stub, so literally it's an inch there. So I've literally got 2.5 inch to play with, and that is literally the depth of this. So if I need to raise it up 2 inch, I'll still have 1/2 inch for the clamp to go onto it. It'll only be 1/2 inch of pipe it'll be clamping onto, but at least I've got some play. And because it's a rubber boot on there, if I need to go higher, which I don't, there's no way I'll need to go higher than that, then obviously, sorry, lower. I don't think I'll need to go lower. I would have said I think I need to go lower, but if I do, all I'm going to need to do is take it out, because obviously I'll put the pipe right up as high as I can to maximise me adjusting if I need to, and then I can cut a bit off if I need to. So I'm hoping that I've got it about right. Airline's already piped up. I've looped it around the back because it was a bit too short. I didn't want it over the top, so I've looped underneath there, look. I didn't have any more of this and it was only a short bit. Comes under there, and I've got some push fit that just comes up here into the back and into a T here, and I've got my airlines there. Trickling pipe is set back up to this pond. That's the one for that, so obviously I will cut that off and put that here, and then push it in and then thread that down the side and just put a little elbow on the end. So yeah, put a couple little brackets up, getting in the old feckling stage I was there last night, because I was just, you know, ran out of things to do. And then I'll be able to have a good clear up of this side. I don't know what to do with this yet. The space would be nice, I must admit. So I might sell that. 500 litres. It's got a connection on the side. There's no bottom drain, but it could easily be fitted. When I got this, there was an hole in the side, in the bottom there, or on the side, and I re-fiberglassed it, did a patch and a repair, and then I flow coated it and everything, so it's absolutely spot on now. And I've had this running for about 4 years now, 5 years, but I might sell that. It's really nice, really does look good. So if anyone's interested, drop me a, it's in Nottingham. I would be looking for, say, like 100, 150 quid, 150 quid. I think it's worth that, £150. It's really solid. It's bloody heavy, I know that much. Yeah, so £150 for it. Really good build. So it would be a shame to let it go, but if you are interested, let me know, and then you know, I've got a choice then. But once I've tidied everything up and out, you know, I might got things moved about a bit. I don't know where to put this tree fern, but I'll soon find somewhere. I've ordered some, I'm going to put some mind your own business in there. I bought a plant that'll sit in there just to break it up a little bit. And then I've moved the feeder, took the feeder off this pond. This is not going to get a feeder. I'm going to put the two these are going on that one, 2 of these are the ones that were on this one, but they come with, like, you get these little brackets, so I think I'm just going to bolt them to something and put them on there, or I'd like before just hang them up, but then in winter you're struggling when you want to put a cover on. But I don't know about covers this year, but I probably will, because believe it or not, it still gets quite cold in here, even though it's heated to 10 degrees minimum. So I could leave them uncovered and have my heater set to 10, and then let that just keep the ambient temperature near to 10 degrees, that's my minimum. Or I could try and retain some heat and put, I've got thick bubble film as well on the top. Yeah, so the feeder's there, so I've got the bracket, so I'll fit the bracket straight onto that part there, and that will come over there where that TP is, the return. So I think it will literally be about here on this wall, on this somewhere, coming across here, so the food will drop here and then it will blow that way. And then I'll be thinking about getting a net on or cover of some sort, which I've not thought about properly yet. No doubt for ease it will just have a net on, just a simple net over the top and just tie wrapped to these, to the sides. And then that'll be the next project. But I could maybe, I don't know, get something that sits on this. I was thinking some perspex, and then because it's slightly bend, you know, because it's slightly malleable, just get it to, you know, come round. I don't know. Got to get something, but it will be a net, and then I can just simply, well, this hardly comes off, thank God. It hardly comes off, so that's food for thought anyway. So I have actually got a LED grow light as well that I had for plants, so I might take that light out and put the LED one on its hanger, so it's directly above the pond. I think that might, you know, it won't be directly above the pond, will it? Because I think the connections at this end will go certainly here, which is not great, so I might not bother with that. Anyway, ideas. This is all running, no leaks. Happy with that setup there now. Great. So, I think this is part 4. Please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And see you on the next one.